Good morning, my fellow ARK players. This is Ty Creek Rock back for another exciting day here on the ARK Survival Evolved, the Lost Island map. This is day number 168 of our little adventure here, and well, today we're going to build us an industrial grinder. We want to test that out, and we've been grinding materials for days and days to get enough metal and enough other materials to make it with. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started on making one here. We should have the stuff to do it with now. Industrial grinder takes a lot of resources. It takes 800 cement and paste, 2,000 crystal, 3,200 metal, 600 oil, and 600 polymer. So it is quite expensive, probably a lot more expensive than the industrial forge. Yeah, definitely a lot more expensive this industrial grinder is, but we're going to make the industrial grinder today. We're going to set it up and we're going to test it out and see what all you can do with it. I know you can grind up stuff, but we're going to do a little bit of comparison grinding, I think. Let's see, we need some cement and paste. I think one of these chests has got my cement and paste. What do we still need here? We still need about 500 metal. We have been cooking the metal. It was really hard for me to find that much metal because my map, it takes quite a while for the metal to respawn. Okay, we do have enough, so let's turn this on and craft us up an industrial grinder. And we'd like to make us some more vaults. What do we need to make a few more vaults? Metal and cement and paste. Let's make a couple more vaults because we're going to need these for this project we're doing. A couple of vaults. Need a few more cement and paste to do the vaults with. We've got a plan for an industrial grinder, and we want the vaults so we can store our stuff we want to grind in one of them and stuff we've done ground in the other one. So we can basically just keep everything going. Okay, we need oil to make a second one. We do want to make a second one real quick here. I did put up some oil wells out in the desert, so I've got a pretty good source of oil now. I don't have to go to the volcano and farm oil rocks. I can just go to the desert and clean out my oil wells. We did spend a lot of days out in the desert, and we found oil rigs out of drops. There's the grinder, and there's the two vaults. And turn this noise maker off. Okay, what I'm thinking now, I'm thinking right over here, I want to put the grinder kind of in the middle here, and I want to put a vault on each side of it. Like I said, one of the vaults, this over here is going to be a vault for putting the materials that I grind in, or the materials that come out of the grinder is going to go right over here. Well, I'm trying to place it. It's going to stick out a lot further than I want it to, ain't it? Stick it in the wall as far as I can. Okay, we're going to put a vault right there, and we're going to put the grinder right in the middle, and then we're going to put another vault on the other side. That way we can put the items we want to grind in one side and the stuff that comes out on the other side. Okay, boy, this thing is massive, isn't it? Okay, we want it to take up as little space as possible, so we want to push it back in the wall if we can, any at all. It is going to go in the wall somewhat. We don't really want it clipping into the vault, though, I don't think. See what that looks like. It takes up a lot of our space over here, but we'll put a vault on each side of it, like I said. And that way we can store our items that we want to grind. Okay, this side I'm going to put items I want to grind up, and the other side's going to be the resources that come out of it. So anytime I get stuff that's not quite up to snuff that I don't want to keep, I'll grind it up later and store it in this box. Okay, how'd that come out there? Got a gap in the wall a little bit. Okay, there's an industrial grinder. I think it requires gasoline to work. So let's grab up some gasoline and start grinding stuff and see what we can do. This way we put our materials that we grind, or the stuff we get out of the grinder, into this. That way it won't be so far to reach my smithy and my fabricator to take the materials to make new stuff with. Okay, put gasoline in this. I guess since we got saddles up here, we'll start with some saddles. What I want to do is I want to test out a low-level saddle, and then I want to grind a high-level saddle and see if it makes any difference on how much materials we get. Okay, what have we got a lot of? We got a lot of frog saddles. Got a lot of Diplodocus saddles. Let's do a couple of Diplodocus saddles. Okay, since we got so many of them, let's grind this primitive low-level Diplodocus saddle. See how much we get out of it. It is a level 25 Diplodocus saddle, and it is a primitive one. Let's turn this on and grind this. Okay, right here's what we got. We got quite a bit of metal out of that, actually. We got 126 wood, 101 metal, 150 fiber, and 150 hide. So I think you get a percentage of what it takes to make the saddle back. I don't know what the percentage is, but I think it's something like 50% of whatever it took to make the saddle is how much you get back. Okay, this is an apprentice one with 31 armor. It's not a whole lot better than the one we just ground, but it is better, so let's see if we get more materials out of it. Yep, we got 150 wood, 150 fiber, 150 hide. Okay, we got just a little bit more wood out of it. We got 24 more wood, and we got 49 more metal for grinding the higher tier one. So let's clean that stuff out so we can test some other stuff. Okay, I am overweight. Too much metal in it. That's why that vault is there, because I was going to just toss it in that vault, but I didn't put myself close enough here. And let's get over here and pick this back up and throw them in this vault. That way we can not get overloaded and just transfer all of our stuff from one to the other. Okay, Diplodocus saddles make a lot of metal. I need to remember that. So those are really good to grind. So let's go into our other stuff here. Let's see what we've got that we can grind up. Most of this is just supplies in these boxes, stuff we probably won't be grinding. I'm going to do a quick look though. Nope, I don't think there's anything in there we really need to grind. Okay, let's pick out some stuff here. Okay, what have we got? We got some ghillie armor here. We can grind up some of that. I know what it does, though. It gives you organic polymer. And we can grind some of these pikes and hatchets and these scythes that we won't ever use. We got lots of those. So let's grind up all the lower level ones. Okay, we're going to grind up all these scopes and stuff for guns because we're never going to use those. I'm going to try a slightly higher tier pike. I know these lances give you a lot of metal, so let's grind up a lance, I guess. And we don't want, you can't grind up a spy scope. I'm pretty sure I've tried that before. Those things right there, you can't grind a spy scope. See what else we can grind up here. Shields give you quite a bit of metal, I think, so let's grind a shield up. And let's see, what else do we want to grind up? Don't know if I want to grind up any of my good armor. Let's grind a couple of low tier ghillie pieces, and that way we'll know what the difference is on them. Pretty sure I just get organic polymer out of them anyway when I grind them. But let's do a couple. There's a ramshackle shield. Let's try, see what the difference is of grinding a ramshackle one versus a higher tiered one. Durability on this one is 2318, 26 on that one. I will probably never use those, so let's grind it up. And there's a low-level assault rifle. We're going to grind that too, I think. I guess let's grind a couple of swords just for experimenting purposes. We'll ground up a regular 100 sword, and then we'll take an apprentice one and see what difference it makes. And I guess we'll grind this low tier hatchet here too. We don't really need that. That's a lot of stuff to grind. Let's go grind some stuff. Let's get into the grind. We've been doing the grind for days just to get the materials to make that grinder with. Now we're going to grind stuff to grind. This is going to be a grinding day, I guess. Okay, we're going to turn off our thing up here. We've been making narcotics and stuff. We got some, these left looks like. How much did we get? 90s all? That's terrible. Turn this thing off. Put this egg in the refrigerator, and then we've got to grind some stuff. We've been keeping our narcotic in this right here, trying to build up some because we are really low. We've got about 627 narcotics now. We basically used up all our narcotics when we went down to the desert to tame a bunch of thiacolios. Okay, is this thing still running? Nope. I guess that's the grinder making all the noise. Okay, this time we want to get close enough to this vault here so we can dump our stuff. Okay, let's try a standard pike. Grind it up. Standard pike gives us 3 metal, 6 hide, and 3 wood. Not very much for a standard pike. Let's throw a apprentice one in there and grind it. Okay, that ups it quite a bit. That takes it from 3 wood to 11 wood. It takes it from 3 metal to 11 metal. It takes it from 6 hide to 21 hide. So grinding higher tier stuff definitely gives you higher, better stuff. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try a hatchet. We got a basic hatchet here. It's a 106. It's not a complete basic one, but it is a primitive. That gives you 3 metal, 4 hide, and 1 wood. 3 metal, 4 hide, and 1 wood. Okay, let's take a slightly higher tiered one. Slightly higher tiered hatchet. This is ramshackle. It ain't much better. 7 metal, 8 hide, and 1 wood. Let's grind up a scope attachment for a rifle. That gives you crystal. 6 crystal, 12 metal, and 2 stone. Okay, what else we want to grind up here? We got a pickaxe, a ramshackle one, but I don't have a low tier one to compare it with. So let's do the sword. Let's do a basic level 100% damage primitive sword. 5 hide, 16 metal, and 1 wood for that. Let's do a apprentice one now. Apprentice one gives us 57 metal, 17 hide, and 1 wood. Now we're encumbered, so let's start dumping our resources we're getting into this. This tells us what we've got so far. I guess we'll do the ghillie armor next. We know that gives you organic polymer. It'd be nice if it gave you solid polymer. We'll start out with a... Well, the armor on these is basically the same, but one is ramshackle and one is primitive. So we're going to grind this primitive ghillie armor. We've got 3 organic polymer, 2 fiber, and 6 hide. That is really bad. That probably is not worth it to grind in those things. That one gave me 4 polymer and 3 fiber and 7 hide. So yeah, those are pretty bad. Let's do the shields. We're going to try a primitive shield first. They weigh 45 pounds, so they already have a lot of metal in them. They've got some cement paste, 7 cement paste, 5 hide, and 27 metal. So they're really not that great on metal. Let's do the ramshackled one. That one gave me 63 metal, so a ramshackled shield is pretty good for metal. Okay, what do we want to do now? Okay, we've tried about everything. Let's throw this assault weapon in there, the assault rifle. Primitive assault rifle. Let's grind that up. Okay, that gave us cement paste, metal, and organic polymer. Okay, let's grind up some of these flashlight attachments. Okay, you get 12 crystal, 3 electronics. Okay, you get electronics for those. That is really good. I've been needing electronics. So let's grind up all these flashlight attachments we can find. Okay, I just noticed something. Where's my gasoline? Oh, I done picked it up somehow, didn't I? So I'll say this thing's still running. It ain't got no gasoline in it. Okay, what do we want to try now? Let's try one of these ramshackle pike or lance things. They give you a lot of stuff, I reckon. Look at all that. You get 83 fiber, 69 flint, 48 hide, 150 metal, 69 obsidian, 48 fur. That's a crazy amount for a lance. So that is a really good thing to grind, lances. They sure don't have much other purposes, I have to say. Lances don't. Let's grind another one of those up. Yeah, that's 150 metal for a lance. That is crazy good. I shouldn't have to go hunt metal anymore, just grind up lances. Throw all this stuff in this ball so I don't have to hold on to it. We're probably just going to throw everything in there now. I think we've experimented about enough. Here's the stuff we've been getting. Cement and paste, crystal. Got a little electronics out of those flashlight attachments. Got a lot of fiber, a lot of flint, a lot of hide, a lot of metal. We got 792 metal. 138 obsidian came from 2 lances. We got 38 organic polymer, 97 fur, 2 stone, and 294 wood out of what stuff we've ground already. Okay, we're going to do a bulk grind this time. We're going to put all this stuff in here and grind it all at once. We've got 2 packs, 4 of the scythes, 1 pickaxe, 3 of these laser attachments. And I guess that's all we've got to grind right now. Let's grind all that and see what it does. We've got 36 electronics. I would say that is from the laser attachments. And 54 crystal. That is pretty good. So this grinder is going to prevent me from having to go out and grind metal now, I think. I did spend the last day grinding metal to get enough metal to make this thing with. So that might pay for itself. So we've already got 902 metal out of that little stack of stuff I just ground. Let's go over here and grab a few more saddles and see what some of the other saddles give you. We have tons of saddles. We've got lots of Anki saddles. Let's grind a couple of primitive ones, I guess. We've got bunches of Arno saddles. We'll do a primitive one of those. We've got tons of these frog saddles. So I'm going to grab a couple of the lower tier frog saddles and grind those up. We got a bunch of these Calicotherium saddles. Let's grind a couple of those. Still have lots of Diplodocus saddles. They give you a ton of metal, so let's grind up a couple of the lower tiered ones of those too. Wow, we got a ton of Mosasaur saddles. I can see we're going to grind Mosasaur saddles here. I probably can't carry much more. We got a bunch of Gallimimus saddles. Really not that many though. We might not mess with those. We got a lot of Caprasuchus saddles, so we'll do the primitive one. That's about all we can carry. Let's see what we get out of these saddles, and then we'll probably call it an episode. Saddles are really good to grind. Get over here where I can reach my vault so we can dump this stuff. Okay, let's start out with a Caprasuchus saddle. What do we get for this? Okay, just fiber and hide is all you get for that, and a little bit of chitin. Fiber, hide, and a little bit of chitin for the Caprasuchus saddle, so that is not a good one to grind. Let's go with the Mosasaur next. I'm wrong, this is not a Mosasaur, this is a Dunkleosteus saddle. I didn't even look at the name, I just thought it looked like a Mosasaur, so these are Dunkleosteus saddles. Okay, that primitive one gave you 41 metal, 62 cement and paste, 93 fiber, and 150 hide, so that gave me a lot. Let's put a little better one of those in there and see what that does. Yep, those are just full of metal and cement paste, so basically this is going to fix a lot of my resource problems. Okay, let's do a Calicotherium saddle, see what we get for that. A little bit of metal, a little bit of fiber, and a little bit of hide. Calicotherium saddles are not bad, but they're not great either. Okay, let's do a Bell's Bufo saddle, frog saddle. This is probably not going to be good at all. Okay, a little bit of cement paste, a little bit of wood, a little bit of fiber, and a little bit of hide. So frog saddles aren't great for grinding. Okay, let's do one of these Arno saddles. Arno saddle is chitin, fiber, and hide is all you get for Arno saddle. So let's do an Ankylosaur saddle. Ankylosaur saddle surely give me a little bit of metal. Yeah, very little. 3 metal for an Ankylosaur saddle. 46 fiber, 85 hide. So by far the best thing I grind is a Diplodocus saddle, I think, for metal. Maybe those Dunkleosteus saddles. I'm going to grind the rest of these all at once. Just put them all in there and hit grind and see what we get. There is 379 metal. 805 hide. That is a lot of stuff. Yep, I shouldn't have to go hunt for anything now. Maybe stone. Don't get much stone grinding stuff, but everything else you can get. I did get 2 stone out of something. I don't even remember what gave me the stone now. right there is how much stuff I've got in just a few minutes with this grinder. We've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 1,500 metal already. A ton of hide, a ton of wood, a bunch of fiber, and a bunch of cement paste, a little bit of crystal, and a little bit of electronics. So I think that's basically the basics on the industrial grinder. Things are running full bore right now. But there's the industrial grinder and the industrial forge and a couple of storage boxes on both sides to transfer your items. So when you come in here with a bunch of items you don't really want to keep, you just throw them in this box. Then when you get a bunch built up, you throw them all in your grinder here, and then you transfer the raw materials into this box. And that puts you a little bit closer to your fabricator and your smithy over here to carry your materials to. But anyway, if you found this video helpful at all, please give me a thumbs up, a like, maybe a comment, and a subscribe. And thanks again for watching. This is Creek Rock on the Lost Island map, signing out.